Hello. Last time we looked at trends in the job market and identified professions that are growing quickly. What I'd like to focus on this time is a core set of skills that are important in all of these growth sector professions. We've got 4 skills, or maybe more accurately, skill sets to review. The first skill set relates to communication. Almost every job now requires excellent communication skills. But what does that mean? Of course, good communicators must be able to express themselves clearly and positively in both speaking and writing. But there's even more to it than that. Having strong communication skills is also being able to convey information to people simply, in a way that people understand you and want to respond to you. So it's about connecting with people, not just speaking and writing. Good communication skills means you can give and understand instructions, listen to others and learn new things, make requests, ask questions, and give convincing answers when someone asks you a question. So it's important to note that good communication doesn't mean that you can use communication technologies well, but that you can communicate with people well. So it might be best to think of communication skills as personal communication skills. The second skill set relates to your intuition. This is a skill set known as social intelligence. Social intelligence is a term coined by the American psychologist Edward Thorndike in the 1920s to refer to the ability to get along with other people, to adapt to situations involving new people, and more fundamentally, the ability to read the emotional states of the people around you. This is a key skill set in many occupations because almost every job involves collaboration. And nowadays that means getting along with diverse groups of people. Social intelligence involves getting to know people who may be very different from you in terms of age, education, sexual orientation, and cultural and language background. You have to develop sensitivity to different people, to different ways of viewing the world. This skill set has become increasingly important in a globalized world. For instance, you might be working for a company where one person on your project team is in India, another in China, and another in Germany. The effectiveness of your work depends on the social intelligence of the people involved, right? Just having email exchanges and web meetings with the people on your project team isn't enough. It's about collaboration, connecting, and working harmoniously. And collaboration is about social intelligence. So that brings us to the third skill set, which is a bit more technical in nature. We call this machine interfacing. In the same way that we communicate fluently with our business colleagues in personal interactions, we also need to navigate fluently in different technologies and software. We need to be able to create and manage documents and spreadsheets and presentations. We need to be able to use email, video chats, cloud computing, and social media. We used to think that only the IT people, the information technology staff, needed to understand the technology. But now everyone needs a basic understanding, and everyone needs an open mind to learning new technologies and new software as they develop. The fourth skill set is related to communication, intuition, and technology. This fourth skill is called sense making. This means making sense of all the complex stuff that is going on around us. Whether we're in business or education or medicine or whatever, information is exploding and knowledge is increasing at a rapid rate. It's impossible to take in all the new information and learn all of the new knowledge in our field. Rather, we have to try to make sense of the information around us. This means we have to learn how to categorize information, learn how to prioritize what's important. We need to be able to draw reasonable conclusions based on what we understand, and we have to be able to ask good questions to find out what we need to know. Okay, that's a quick overview of the 4 skill sets that are important in the workplace today. Whatever field you're in, you're going to need these 4 skill sets: personal communication, social intelligence, machine interfacing, and sense making. It probably seems very daunting, like how on earth am I supposed to acquire those skills? Well, The good news is that all of these skills can be learned through hands-on experience. You start building these skills as soon as you're aware of them. That's right. The first step is simply to know about the skills. Once you can identify these skills, you can begin to observe people around you who have these skills. You observe, you ask questions, you try out the new skills, you ask for feedback. How am I doing? Can you help me with this? What can I do to improve my skills in this area? This attitude of wanting to learn is the most important strategy you can use. Using this strategy moves us into a positive learning cycle in which we set goals, we perform, we evaluate our performance, and we then set new goals. If you stay open to learning, you'll go far. All right, let's leave it there for now. See you next time.